Welcome to our German DM channel. I am Halfar and today I will present my RUB Midrange deck. I've played it in IDC 3 and IDC 4 and would say it belongs to tier 2. What I love about RUB Midrange is that you can adapt your game plan according to your opponent's deck. So in my opinion, one of the most flexible decks. But let us jump in, starting with the fire cards. First, my favorite card in the TCG, Buzzer Gazelle Dragon. I play 2 because you definitely want to see it as it is your main finisher, and he can also soft lock your opponent if he doesn't play Darkness for discard. Even then, it's not guaranteed that he hits it. In some games, your opponent forces his own defeat when aiming for Buzzer Gazelle and hitting Arche de la Serna. Next, 2 Apocalypse Wise, nothing special to say, just one if not the best mass removal card in TCG. Same goes with Searing Wave. Shout out to Alex Wynn, he showed me that Searing Wave can be crucial. 2 Volk Charger and 2 PDF for early removal. In my opinion, Volk is a bit better because you mostly go for come into play creatures and you get the pole position in the Lost Soul Race. But PDF can be set into shields with Emerald, and against Rush it's a huge difference playing removal a turn earlier. 2 Pyrofighter for having a versatile creature, just such a good card. Early game he clears small aggro creatures or swings shields against hard control decks like Furtress Burn variants. He can change the pace and playstyle of the deck instantly, and it is almost unkillable as your opponent must expect Arche de la Serna. Next, 2 Arche de la Serna, such an incredible card as it protects Buzzer and Pyrofighter and also deals great damage. I'm not a fan of Arche de la Serna in decks that just uses him as a 6k vanilla, but in RUB Midrange you actually use it as a secondary finisher. Now to the water section. 1 Illusionary Merfolk as an incredible draw card with a nice side effect. Your opponent cannot ignore Cyberlords, which creates even more pressure besides Pyrofighter and Buzzer. 2 Coral, just a strong standalone card and also Cyberlord. 1 Trash Crawler, staple, gives you some options and is a small wall. 4 Stream and 4 Hulkers to maximize turn 3 draw. I mostly prefer playing Hulkers because it's a body, but I still wouldn't change the amount of Stream. 2 Emerald is just such a good card. Early body gives you a fresh card out of the shields and sets up a shield trigger and is a Cyberlord too. 2 Lost Soul needs no special explanation, just the best control card. 4 Pits is a staple too, favorite target for Emerald. 2 Corpse Charger instead of Morbid because of Lost Soul Race, mostly used to get Buzzer, Pyrofighter or Arche de la Serna. It can also be looped with Trash Crawler for defense. 4 Locomotiver, one of my favorite cards. This dude can do everything at the same time. Shield trigger, body, controlling your opponent's hand. And last but not least, 2 Squito for rounding up. Can be the biggest brick but can also be the best rescue. For notable mentions I want to talk about 2 cards. First, Crystal Memory. I personally hate this card and I don't feel like I need it as I already have 9 draw cards. In my opinion, Memory is just wasting your turn, and for the shield trigger ability there are a lot of other cards that actually help being a trigger. But I truly understand if people love it. If you want to play it, I recommend cutting 1 Stream or the Merfolk. The second card, Miraculous Meltdown. Meltdown is one of the best cards in the game without a doubt. It wins unwinnable games, but for me it's better in other decks like Phobos Control, where you can actually search it whenever you want. Most of the games it was dead in my hand, and in games where I needed it, I didn't sort. On the other hand, the Meltdown Pyrofighter combo is incredible good, but I think a deck shouldn't rely on this combo. Meltdown is even better with Crystal Memory, but playing this small engine can impede your whole game plan. All in all, pretty solid deck and a fresh version of old school RUB control builds. In all 12 tournaments that we had, RUB never made it to the finals, so I'm happy to say that this build reached the best place with being 3rd in IDC 4. Thanks to all people that were testing with me, especially Darksigner and Hymner. I hope you liked it, and if you have suggestions or notes, just let